going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for joining me again for another vlog. And today I'm actually holding the new mount that I want to use for you guys, which is like a neck mount. It looks like a necklace, so it'll be like right around here in this area. So let me know what you guys think about this new angle down in the comments below. But of course, we got to run some errands. You got to start the week off strong, get everything done, taken care of. So that's what we're gonna do. But of course, we have some topics to talk about on this drive. So one of them is going to be an update on B is for Build's Mustang situation, which is actually kind of a good thing, but kind of like, I don't know, we'll just have to get into it. You'll see what I'm talking about. I think B is for Build is gonna be coming back even stronger after this whole, we won't say the name thing, you know what I'm talking about. So I have that update, and then we'll just kind of see what all happens as we start driving along. Oh, and real quick before we hit the road, I have something coming in this vicinity very soon. A few of you guys on Instagram already saw a couple sneak peeks. If you guys want to see a sneak peek, let me know. I might start messaging some of you guys a sneak peek about what's coming in this area, but I will tell you, you've never seen anything like it before. I can guarantee you've never seen anything like this before. And that's all I'm gonna say about that until it officially comes in, but just know something very exciting is coming and it's already on its way. Alrighty, so this is the new angle I was talking with you guys about. I have to sit a little weird in my seating position, so I'm not 100% fine-tuned on this yet. I might have to try another mount or something like that. But just know I am trying to get you guys the perfect point of view driving experience. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But let's hop right into it about B is for Build. I was watching one of their videos, so I guess this isn't like breaking news or anything, but I was watching one of their videos, and I guess his buddy Oscar, who does a lot of the body work and stuff, we have to give her a quick rip first though. If it's free. Are we free? All right, that's kind of all we could do because we're coming into a red light. So can't get too crazy, but B is for Build, his buddy Oscar, I guess that's his like right-hand man helping him build these new cars and new chassis and stuff. Well, apparently he got a new Mustang S550 and a whoa, geez, come on, Jacob, learn how to drive a stick. Got all in a different seating position and it messes me up. But he got himself another S550 chassis and another Mustang to put the body on. So that's gonna be happening, and I feel like because of the whole E word, we'll just say the E word, because of that whole experience, he's gonna be going so much harder on this one. It's insane. But I'll link to the video, or I might pull a few clips out of it or something, but it's crazy how bad of condition the S550 is that they're using. Like, it blows my mind that they're gonna be able to save it. Watching these rebuild channels and stuff is insane because they literally start with cars that are demolished, totaled out. They're bought off by insurance companies, and little do you know, they'll just freaking restore everything and it's a whole new car. Like, that type of stuff is insane to me. Another big channel like that is Goon Squad. Goon Squad will sit there and rebuild stuff that, like, they have to go to a chassis puller, pull the whole thing apart, and I just don't understand it. Like, how does that car still drive straight? To me, I've always been told that, like, once it's damaged, like, oh, make that yellow light. I always was told that once it's damaged with frame damage, it's basically a goner. Like, you cannot save a car after that. It's not gonna drive straight, it's not gonna perform the same. But then, you know what? I have a salvage title car, my Focus, my everyday car. And you know what? That one drives perfectly straight. Oh, I can't make that yellow light. That one's a little far away. But that car drives perfectly straight. Literally right after I got dinged, it didn't even affect me. So watching these channels that rebuild cars, it has me kind of inspired. I mean, Goon Squad started off with like a 2017 Mustang, and that thing freaking exploded. I mean, their YouTube was like all over my recommended. I couldn't watch YouTube without going into a Goon Squad video. They were literally everywhere. A couple downshifts for you guys. It is a little different with this mount though, to like sit and try to do everything, because I feel like I'm really bunched up just to try to get this angle. Which again, this angle might suck, I don't know. Just leave a comment down below if you guys like this one. Should I go back to the head one, or should I just hold it while I'm driving one-handed? I don't like how I can't shift, and I'm not like super responsive to it. That's the only thing that's really downside, or that's the only really downside of one-handed. I feel like I can get the perfect angle, but I can't really drive very well because I'm one-handed. I'm thinking this would be a pretty cool angle for a track day too, because you would see me go down the track, you'd see the lights light up, and then me gun it, so that'd be kind of cool. And we got traffic everywhere. On Facebook this week on Anything Coyote, it was kind of funny. This guy posted that the Boss 302 is terrible for a street car, and I'm talking about the Boss 302 intake manifold, is terrible for the street because you get low end torque loss, which he's talking about torque like under 2,500 RPMs. He said for a street car, the stock manifold is way better. Now that was hilarious because everyone on Facebook was just roasting him, and I even chimed in, and a couple of you guys saw that I chimed in. I just said, oh man, ... Well, he's technically correct. There is low end torque loss with the Boss 302 manifold. However, that's like me gunning it right now in this gear like this, right? That's torque loss. Right now, what I just felt would probably be 50 horsepower or 50 torque less than a stock manifold, because a Boss 302 has all of its power way up here. See how it pops a lot better? Oh, well, can't make that light, thanks to that guy. But you see how the whole power band and everything, it's like way snappier up in the higher RPMs? That's the difference. So when people scare you by saying, oh, you're losing torque at low RPM, you're losing all of this, you're not losing it really, because how usable is it shifting at 1,500, 2,500 RPM? And also, if you're ever gonna gun it and feel the car, why are you gonna start at 2,000 RPM? Everyone's gonna start probably at 35, 4, right around that range for like a long full pull. Now, if you're really trying to get on it, you might go up to 45, 5, 55. And from there, you'll just have a real short shift and just take off. But you'll have all that power. Because if you ever look at a dynograph, I don't even know if you guys can see my hands, but if you ever look at a dyno, I mean a sheet on a dyno, you'll see how the power comes on and how you're getting peak horsepower. Usually it kind of looks like this, right? So it's kind of curved at the top. Well, you usually start right before that curve, so you end up in it right away. And then when you shift into your next gear, you're starting right back at the next curve. That's how that whole thing works, and that's how you win with shifting and racing and stuff like that. You don't necessarily start at 2,000 RPM where you have a little bit more torque with a stock manifold than a Boss. Plus, everyone was roasting him too because they were saying, well, if you want low end RPM or low end torque, you bought the wrong car. That's more of a Challenger, Camaro, LS thing. Coyotes are meant to rev, and I'm not gonna rev right now because there's a freaking cop right there, but they're meant to like sing. So I shifted right there at 3,000, which is above the torque loss. And again, right there above 3,000. And I'm ending up right above 2,500. Now I still scooted pretty good right there. I had about a quarter throttle just to get up and change all the gears, but it really didn't affect me. Like, I don't feel like my car is a slouch. And then when I do, I guess if I ever do, I just freaking rev it out. The Coyotes are meant to be revved out. That's why they have such high RPM limits in comparison to those LSs. I think an LS shifts at 6,000 RPM. Meanwhile, that's almost just getting started for a Coyote. Coyotes like to sing above 7,500, 8,000 RPMs all the time. These things are units for that. A Challenger, Camaro, you know, those things, yeah, sure. Stay around the low RPM, shift around 2,500 and scoot around town all good and feel it in your pants. But you know what? The Coyotes are definitely stout because of how high they can rev. That's what keeps them in the lead a lot. And to elaborate even more, that's kind of how this car was able to beat Alex with the Terminator, because his car has a lot of torque. It's a supercharged 4.6 4-valve, right? It's a Terminator. But they have a lot of torque, and I could see it. He took me off the line. There's no doubt about it. But then I was able to reel him back in at high RPMs and hold off on my shifts, where I was able to gain almost probably a car length in between every single shift, just because I was able to rev longer and I didn't have to shift as fast, or I didn't have to shift as soon. Still had to shift fast. It's still a street race. Well, I didn't do it. You know, my street stunt double who went to Mexico did this. Wasn't me at all. But anyways, this car definitely is set up to rev higher and to be in the high RPMs. It's not meant to be low end lugging horsepower or torque. That's not how this engine's set up. So for people that are saying, oh, there's torque loss, who cares? That's not how this car is built. It's just using what the car is made for with a better piece. Now, sure, if you're an energy conserving guy or a woman who wants to just drive around, shift to 2,500 RPMs, try and get 20 miles per gallon around the city, sure, go for it. You can say all you want about, you know, how the torque is a lot to you because you shift so low and just breathe on the throttle just to get it going. For me though, I'm out here to have fun, and I responded to this guy with, I think the best statement about it is, why do you drive your car that way or whatever? It's one, to have an enjoyable experience. It's two, to shift through the gears, and three, to hear the exhaust. Those are the reasons why I bought this car 100%. If it was a V6, I'm sorry, I just don't care for the sound, especially when I'm driving a Mustang. I want the sound of the V8. That's why I like the exhaust I have. It's loud, whatever. The manual. Automatics for sure can be faster, for sure can be, and they're probably way more reliable than MT82. However, I wanted to have fun shifting. That's why I did the MT82. And then also, it's just an enjoyable experience because I want this to represent me. I have the modifications to represent me. I want to look different, not look different in a weird way, but like, I just want it to be unique in the sense of it's clean, it's to my style, it's to my taste, but you can't just go on the lot and buy one just like it. And then also, to top it off, if you want to talk about intake manifolds, technically a Whipple supercharger is an intake manifold. So if you really want some low end torque, go get a Whipple supercharger. Technically that's an intake manifold. It just replaces the stock manifold or Boss 302 or whatever. So if you're really all about it in technicalities, a Whipple supercharger is one of the best low end torque intake manifolds. So if you have that on your mind, go get a Whipple. I'm sure that would put the scoot in your pants pretty good.